Amnian Nights. Monkey does our recap.
So, a little bit from the last two sessions, because we didn't have a recap in the last one, but essentially, we started the morning trying to chase down Ardith, which led us to a mausoleum in a graveyard. More than meets the eye, as expected. There were several guards, there were a variety of monsters, including some that seemed to be monsters of Ardith's creation that they had tried to make ascend. We skipped over some gross, disgusting flesh monsters, overcame the puzzle of the chromatic, whatever you called them, snake monsters. And then, after confronting Ardith finally, there was a long, arduous battle, mostly in the dark, before eventually, thanks to the excellent foresight of Asher casting Expeditious Retreat in advance, we were able to eventually catch up with Ardith and kill them. So
Expeditious Pursuit.
exactly. So a very wise use of that spell, and a very, very tired and bloodied party.
Excellent. Give yourself Inspiratione. And we will get straight into it. Yeah, we are a bit in my steps. Pursuing of Obsidian, who was back by himself in the dark. And yeah, Ardeth, I'm going to move Kura just for space. Ardeth, dead by Ash's hand as Atticus comes jogging up behind with his torch. Over to you.
That was something else.
He actually dead?
No.
Gigi, I know you said you weren't gonna let me touch the body, so I'm letting you know that I am walking forward to try and check him.
She's not stopping you.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna try and rifle through his robes and also check to make sure he's actually like.
I mean, you can see that his forehead now has a large dent that matches the stone steps he was running up when you bodied him.
Okay.
He's definitely dead. One eye is slightly bulged out of the socket,
Right.
slightly unnaturally. Yeah, covered in ants. So yeah, he's definitely dead.
Can I check his robes?
Yeah, you can. You find a couple of things very obviously, but also make me an investigation check, please.
Shit. Okay.
There is a case you recognize as being a spell scroll made of like a finely engraved white wood. He is wearing a ring set with a purple stone and a ring set with a green stone. And he has a wand.
There's no.
Oh, there's also a key. Sorry, he has.
I will take the key. What was the case thing you said?
It looked like a scroll case, like a scroll tube.
I'll open it.
You see a scroll wrapped up in there.
Do I know what type of scroll it is?
You see, peering in the dark, you see there's some slight glow of perhaps arcane runes.
I'm gonna hold the scroll out to Atticus. You can use these now, right?
What'd you say?
You can use these now, right?
I'll give it a go.
I'll hand it to you. I don't see any. There's a key, but I still have no idea where Contessa might be. I'm gonna head further up the stairs, just walking over him.
Like, who do we tell about this? Do we need to do something or?
First of all, are you okay? I saw some of your essence draining away from your body. How do you feel?
I felt better, but I'm sure it's nothing that like a good sleep won't fix.
You look like shit. I'm just going to check out this room. And she goes back to the. Oh! Where I guess Obsidian is standing guard. Can I hear anything on the other side of this door? There were things.
On the side of this door, at the moment, no.
There weren't any.
Well, we're quite a lot further north than when we started, so they're probably like down here somewhere.
This is the way
Yes.
we came from, by the way.
Yeah,
So,
this
Where
is.
they have just been revealed.
Yeah, you had just
I
been
know.
running through here.
I just came through this door and locked it.
And as much as I would love to investigate that final room that we didn't look in, we do not have it in us right now.
Do you think she'd be here?
Why would he say you knew where she is?
Because the guy was fucking with our heads. If I knew where she was, I wouldn't have even come down here.
Well, you two are very hard. But if we leave now, she might. If she's here, she might die.
Also, do you remember that there was one of those like draconic looking dudes down there in a room by himself?
I remember.
Yeah, was he a captive? Or. It seemed like he was just chilling there. I was the one that opened that door, right?
Think so.
He was just like. Just hanging around. Okay.
It was barred though, right? From the outside.
It was barred from the outside.
Yeah.
Well, if he's a dissenter, he might be able to give us some information if we
I don't speak
are willing to
Draconic.
risk questioning.
We could try.
But again,
Did they
I'm
did
in
they
bad
speak
way.
common?
Didn't hear Ardeth speak to them in anything other than common.
I have one.
Plus, Obsidian probably knows Draconic, so
They happen.
Did you find anything useful? Did you find anything useful in his pockets?
A scroll, a key. I don't know if he was wearing
A
some
key.
rings, but I don't really care about rings.
Atticus goes and takes the rings. Especially because you mentioned one of them was purple, and the amethyst ring that I have turned out to be poison resistant, so I'm going to grab those.
Okay. Just make a note in your inventory for now. Amethyst ring, emerald ring.
Do we want to catch our breath for a minute, or just run out of here? I'm been a lot, but I also don't want that poor girl to die in some cell if we leave her down here.
I mean, we checked
Let's be
almost
okay to
everywhere,
continue.
right?
I don't think so. We should definitely check out what this key opens.
Is it similar to the key that I already had, and I think Obsidian had a key as well? Because
One
I
of you
picked
had a
up
black iron
black
key that
stone
you
key.
used.
Yeah, I think that was me.
Yeah.
I recall
Maybe I was
taking.
supposed to write iron, but I wrote blackstone.
Ah. Yeah, it does not. It has an unusual shape. It's unusually rounded at the end of this key. It looks almost more like it would go into a socket than like a keyhole.
We could sit here and rest a minute if you want.
Well, we should be aware that those things might find their way to us. Like, there was multiple ways through, right? Or can they open doors or whatever?
I don't know.
They might come from down this way.
I'm with Asher. I don't think if we can continue after you resting for a little bit, I think we should. Or at least we should try to find whatever that key opens. Wasn't there a locked chest in his room?
And trapped, if I recall correctly.
Was it trapped?
Arcane sigils.
All right. I guess here. Healing hands you.
A bit louder, remember, microphone.
I'm gonna walk over to Atticus and here. Just kind of reach out and pat him on the shoulder. That's all I got, man.
Takes the stinging off a bit. Better than nothing, that's for sure. I appreciate it.
So what we're doing, gang?
Over the table, we came through here.
Yes.
Did we
That's leads the yeah.
This
Yeah,
side.
we entered by this door where I am, which goes through the kitchen and then into Ardith's room, and then through a secret passageway. But the way we came back out was by Obsidian. So they do link up in the rooms below us.
Okay.
Before.
Was the dragon guy that way on the way to the kitchen?
Yes.
Or near
He's
the
somewhere here, I think.
I mean, it's pretty much where these rooms meet down at that point, basically.
Alright. I say we go try and talk to that dragon guy and then I don't know. I don't know where she'd be down here. There could be so
I've got
many
an
secret
idea about-
passageways.
Can I have the key?
Of course. I'll hand it to you.
I'm gonna try and make my way back to Ardith's room. If I remember correctly. There was a secret door here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Tony's isn't working. Everyone's jumping along very Not smoothly. Ooh.
Oh, it works for me.
It's speedy though.
I like to summon Cora here. And just step a bit back.
If you don't mind, I'm gonna go and go ahead and get a bit further back. I'll try and rescue you if you kill yourself.
I'll give Cora the key. And use Mage Hand ability, so this is all above board.
Mhm.
And say, would you mind trying this very enchanted, very trapped chest with this key?
Yeah, and takes the key, and you want to try and unlock the chest.
Yes, please.
You see those wards flare up, but then nothing. And as the key doesn't even seem to really, the key just touching the chest seems to make the lid of it go slightly, and the wards do not activate.
I'm gonna very carefully peep over, knowing that this might be double trapped, triple trapped. So I'm gonna inspect it a little bit first.
Yeah.
Um,
You see there is.
and
Oh, you inspecting the out. Are you opening it and looking inside?
yes, but before like going in and rifling and destroying another egg, I like to first see with my eyes.
Yeah. You see that the chest seems to have been in line with just like red silk. So everything in there is in a nice little silk bundle. You see two bottles of what certainly looks like healing potion, and then there is a almost like a wicker tray in the bottom, and in there you see 6 or 7 beautiful silver necklaces and amulets, all set with an amethyst.
Oh. All right, I'll take these. The necklaces, the amethyst, does it look just like a gemstone, or does it exude with some sort of magic, or that I could tell?
Just like a gemstone.
Okay. Good job. I'm gonna go back. All right, I've got some good news.
Well, you're alive. That's pretty good news.
The key worked. I think these are healing potions. So, if you're up for downing one,
because last time this did not go well for us.
I can still bring you back if you start feeling very sick. She offers one to you.
You think it's worth us having one now, for the sake of exploring here?
I don't know. What if she's here, Contessa? He seemed honest in not knowing her whereabouts, but then again, he lies with such ease. I could not read him.
Bottoms up, eh? Although, having said that, he will take a little dab on his finger and put it on his tongue, and just wait a second to see if I start having any negative effects.
You do not.
Then, after a moment, I shall drink it.
The delayed potion of poison. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Roll healing potion.
How big a healing potion?
Regular. Standard.
So it's a full action. Do I get a full HP?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
So we have 2 left, right?
1 left. Well, 2 healing potions.
1 left. Cool. So I'm gonna give this to Obsidian. Can I just hand him the other one?
Shall nod. Obsidian has been sitting by the wall for the time being.
And I assume he is no longer raging after all this time.
Oh no, he's not.
He's just sat there against the wall like...
He kept his necklaces, and she's gonna show them the amethyst necklaces. The chest, locked with arcane runes, just to guard some petty jewelry. I don't buy it. There must be something more to this. Do you think we could take it to Mr. Lapan Lassily?
Certainly worth a shot. I have a couple of things I need him to look at anyway.
Perhaps we should find a wizard of sorts, someone who could help us identify these things.
Yes, perhaps having a friend who we could repeatedly visit and have identify things for us for free would be useful. Although magic is limited in the city, remember, so anyone who would be doing such a thing would probably have to be someone licensed to do so. I'm sure there's a shop for that, you know? So what do you think?
Asher, did you want to
look around?
interrogate the center?
We want to ask him what his deal was. Maybe he knows where Contessa is.
So we're heading back down to where...
Heading south.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Let me move.
Obsidian, are you staying here?
Wait a moment. Yes.
Alright, was it this door?
That door is barred from the outside, from your side.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, as you're
I
waiting
just
here a
don't
moment,
remember
you
which-
hear the...
Cool. I'm gonna come up and knock on the door.
You hear...
Oh.
And sudden, like, the sounds of the furniture being smashed up. Heavy blade on stone floor. More than one time the door just shakes as like a shoulder or something else strikes it. But it holds.
Hey, you don't happen to speak common.
Just increased frenzy at the sound of a voice.
I'm gonna look back at the others. What do we do?
Do you remember there was something about a transformation process and not everyone taking to it? I wonder if this creature is in the midst of some sort of painful transformation. But he doesn't seem to be able to communicate.
Does anyone know any words in Draconic?
No.
Atticus says, "A beer, please," in Draconic. I'm sure he'd have picked that up. I can say something in Dwarvish.
Yeah, Asher will rattle through like, can you understand me in her various languages that she speaks?
There's no cease to the raging you can hear. There's not like a, oh, well, yes, indeed, you speak the language in like Sylvan.
Okay.
This angry draconic raging is just like the Faerunian version of Greek. Everybody's like, whoa, what are they shouting about?
opening the door again?
I mean, if he's armed and is able to be within striking distance of the door, that's not the best, but I mean, at least he's
I don't understand how
outnumbered.
he could not break this door. It's just a door.
I mean, it is a stone door.
Oh, it's a stone door.
Barred with stone, yeah.
So in fact, it's very brittle.
I don't know. I think we leave him here and continue to explore. Doesn't seem like you can communicate with this creature.
Could always put him out of his misery.
Yeah, I mean, if your theory's right and it's someone transformed, seems kind of brutal to leave him here. Like, we killed his captor. It's a
I know.
slow death.
I know.
I don't know. I mean, I mostly just want to find out where Contessa is.
Then let's keep exploring and see if there's any room we haven't seen. I'm keen to go back to that amethyst altar, but I am worried there's something else there.
For the sake of brevity, because there's been a few weeks, there are only 2 rooms in this place now that you haven't been into. There was one you opened and saw, oh, nope, fleshy shit, and closed. And there was the other locked door in the entrance corridor where you fought the basilisk. With the little purple shine I described.
Hmm.
So you have explored the overwhelming majority of this place.
I had assumed they were connected, and that's why I didn't want to go in there. But we could chance it. We could take a look in that room off the main corridor.
Let's do that.
As they are wandering around doing that, Obsidian, after a moment of peace, would just walk towards the body and give it a rather thorough pat down. Considering the nature of Ardeth, he would sort of check the boots for any hidden stuff that could be just locked there. Check the lining of the clothes, whether there's something just sewn inside.
Make me an investigation check.
Sure thing. Amazing.
Yeah,
That's
unfortunately
about right.
In addition to what your colleagues have already found, you find nothing else.
No.
Taking his secrets to the grave. All right.
He has a potion. He had 4 potions of level up hidden on him. Obsidian drinks for more.
I'm kind of worried I'm going the wrong direction.
Yeah, I don't know where we are. I don't remember
It's
the
this way.
layout of this place at all.
Yeah, this is
Good.
the right
It's
way.
nice and realistic.
Well, except that my character's only been here, a morning. It's been like a week for me.
Okay. Now there's a bunch of things here.
So where are you going now?
You had barred this door, if you remember, Atticus.
That's a pile of dead banditos or whatever they were.
Yes, it is.
Guards.
To Obsidian, I'm just gonna say, the dragon-ish guy, just wailed on his door and wouldn't respond to us, but none of us, I think, speak his language anyway, so we're just gonna try and check that room that we didn't look into earlier.
Do you not wish to see the crystal that Ardeth was seemingly in contact with. There was a presence in it.
A presence. Remind me, DM, did I hear any of that shit, or was it just talking to
No.
Obsidian?
You heard the they
Yeah.
approach when you opened the door,
Yeah.
but then everything else just he heard.
What do you mean a presence?
I don't know what presence. There was a voice when we entered, and then it spoke to me, although vaguely, and
I mean,
no discernible purpose.
yeah, alright. Like, if there's a magical creature in the crystals, maybe it can answer some questions? I'd talk to it with you. I think we should not split up from the others, though.
Lead the way.
Yeah, you see it, that purple light shining beneath the door. From a small gap again, Atticus. And yes, you have the key. Do you wish to use it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think Obsidian had the key to this door, assuming that they're different keys.
In which case, you will be provided with a key.
Oh, lucky me. Obsidian, did you drink that health potion that she gave you or no?
No.
Oh, come on. So, you're looking surprisingly well, sister, so you want to come assist?
Sure. He takes the key. Maybe take a couple steps back. Approach the lit up altar rather carefully.
Yeah, there is.
And I see there's indentations for 6 things.
There are a couple of statues in this room. There is a stone altar on which rests an open book, glowing, wrapped in magical purple chains.
Can I read the text?
You see arcane runes on the page, but as you're looking at them, they seem to change and just shift, and the page keeps like the runes on the page are just in this constant kaleidoscopic shift. It's very difficult to make sense of. Occasionally, as the runes are changing, you'll see they'll sort of try and press outwards, and you'll see the chains tighten and go taut, almost like the runes are trying to leave the page but are being bound to it.
Are the chains arcane or like energy chains, or are they like real chains?
They're magical chains. Yes, they're energy
magical chains. Energy chains. And are there 6 indentations on the altar?
No, it's just, sure. There's 6 candle pots on it.
Oh, sorry. I thought there might be 6 places where amethyst. Okay.
No significance.
And the statues?
Just seem to be statues of people crouched, looking horrified, in pain. They are all worryingly lifelike.
I can't make any sense of this.
Can I come up and see if I can read that book?
It is the same to you. A series of arcane runes that shift and move too quick.
Alright.
I mean, should we, like, take it with us or something?
I'm gonna look around at the statues, the way too lifelike, pained statues, and just be like, I mean, you can. I don't know that I really want to carry that thing around with me, though.
Is it removable?
It's just lying on the altar. You can certainly try.
I will use my sword tip to see if I can move it.
You can.
Does the book look like it's bound in an open position? Like, does it look like I could close it if I wanted to?
It could not be closed the way it's chained at the moment.
Okay. I will pick it up.
Okay. Nothing happens. And I'll add the Tome of Hues to your inventory.
I will put it in my bag.
There's another alcove here. She says as she checks for anything that could be useful.
Yeah, looking around, it looks like the same as the cultist rooms, except there's been a cave in here at some point.
No notes anywhere under the bed.
No.
Nothing.
No, very, very bare, open room.
Alright, Obsidian. Let's talk to your crystal creature.
I assume you guys don't want to go in the horrifying flesh monster room?
Was there another door in that room?
Didn't get a chance to see, I'm afraid.
If you all stay still, I should be able to group you all and expedite this travel.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, was there a single closed door on the way that sent it all to hell? There was. Oh yeah, the shadow hands are all gone.
Good.
That's what I was worried about. Ooh, my torch. I'm gonna drop it back. I'm gonna grab it again. Since I'm here, I'd like to sort of see if there's anything in this body.
I believe. Oh no, you wouldn't have. Yeah,
No.
it's just cobbled together with awful, like crude, different fragments of heavy plate, and it has a huge. Well, you wouldn't call it a great sword, but it has this huge, barbaric, like wicked, serrated blade of a sword. But other than that, there's nothing on it. But even as you're walking around, you're walking into this room, you just see huge and deep within the crystal a pair of yellow eyes just fixated on you all.
Within the crystal.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna look up and be like, greetings? And then just kind of look
You
at
have
me.
something to say?
Yeah, hi, nice to meet you. Asher Vasher. Was wondering if I could maybe ask a question of you, or may I know your name?
I find it unlikely that you do not already, even within yourselves.
You're saying I already know his name?
The child of the
Sendax?
mountain knows.
I'm gonna look at Obsidian. Did you already get a name?
Is there anything you wish to tell us, Sendax?
You will all
you know
be
what?
dead soon.
Okay, yeah, we'll leave it at that. I sort of want... Yeah, fine.
Are you wanting to retcon something there, so Mr. Death?
No, I was sort of thinking that maybe he would be going for Draconic just to sort of drive the point home.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's okay.
So did you guys say that in Draconic then?
No, I guess we'll just roll with it the way it happened.
Isn't that the name of the dragon that you asked about in the library?
So it is.
Cool. Excuse me, Sendax. Hi. Yes. Is this just a communication device then, or are you currently finding yourself in, in between dragon forms?
I assure you my physicality is not in jeopardy. Quite the opposite.
Okay. Next question. Do you happen to know where a young girl named Contessa is? Is that something Ardith would have told you?
Such matters and details are beneath my designs. I know as little as I care.
Wasn't to know.
And now Obsidian will switch to Draconic. Do you want something of us, Great Worm?
You would feel a probing in your mind, Obsidian. Do you attempt to resist it and steel yourself against it, or do you allow this intruder to poke around your thoughts?
Could probably try to resist it. I don't see why he would just...
Maybe a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw.
Technically doable. Unlikely, but doable. Not today.
Okay.
So
Were
close.
you being deceptive? Were you being earnest in asking this, or was it some sort of sneaky attempt just to elicit a motive? I don't know how you actually would be around something you have decided is a great worm.
I mean, it's not that he wants to serve, certainly, but he is genuinely interested why this creature even lowers itself to speaking to us. Like, does it have a design in mind? Sort of, that's the big question of, is there something you're looking for here? Why are you even paying attention to this place right now? That's basically the thought process.
Okay. Curiosity on why you would embroil yourselves in matters you had no business interfering in. Already, I have decided it will not end well for you.
Obsidian, what are you saying?
There's seemingly not much to learn here at this point in time.
Would he be interested to know that his lucky is dead?
Sorry? Can
Would
you
you be
repeat?
interested to know that his lackey is dead?
A worm. His purpose was fulfilled. What value can a mortal life have?
And yet, you deem us worthy of your attention, after we have merely rid you of the worm has surpassed its usefulness.
Perhaps I simply wished to stall you here. As the net draws tighter around you. As my soldiers storm down through that little crypt.
That seems very lowly for a creature of such a great power as you claim you to possess. Well,
Obsidian.
we are honored to have your
Before you continue,
undivided
Obsidian.
attention.
Before.
Sure thing. Sure
Now you're
thing.
gonna get really probed.
Cool. Hit me with it.
Where is it? I seem to have lost something from one of my compendiums. So, for the sake of speed, I will quickly. Can you please make me, Obsidian, a wisdom saving throw, DC 18.
I'm very wisdomous. Almost.
As you say this, you just hear a loud, sudden, keening screech noise in your mind. And you just see great yellow eyes that just close in around your vision. As you take 18 psychic damage, and unsurprisingly, Obsidian just collapses to the floor after these words.
Obsidian, are you okay? Start doing chest compressions.
What did I miss?
Obsidian's unconscious.
Obsidian was mind spiked for 18 damage after
Jesus
goading
Christ.
the crystal. So to you all, he goads the crystal and then just drops to the floor.
Okay.
Sita's gonna grab one of the great swords of this guy, and she's just gonna bash the crystal.
Yeah.
Do you need to roll anything?
Do you want roll me? Maybe an attack just to crit fish.
Oh, that was almost.
Obsidian, no! Oh, everybody. Asha is targeting everybody. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry, I don't know. I'm sure why I'm targeting everyone.
Yeah,
I click on them.
you take the sword and shatter the crystal. It falls to pieces on the floor with all the sound of glass shattering. Oh yeah, there was a dwarven statue there originally. We'll ignore that. Yeah, it shatters and there is not a dwarven statue there.
Is Atticus already administering aid?
I mean, he's trying in that he's checking Obsidian's breathing and like shaking him a bit, but there's nothing I can actually do. I can
Me
first
neither.
aid.
I've actually.
Did Obsidian already drink that healing potion?
No.
He did
No.
not.
Pocketed it.
Don't you dare.
What? Do you not want it?
It's that or die.
Just give me something for the pain and let me die.
Yeah, if you recent whatever, I am gonna dab some on my tongue first. Because I'm not about to murder this guy.
Yeah. Okay. You dab a bit on your tongue.
Does it sizzle and fry and my tongue fall? Okay, then I'm gonna pour it down his throat.
Cool.
Oh god.
So I roll, I imagine.
No. No, it's been administered, so just max.
No. Okay.
So yeah, Obsidian, you come to, still almost having those eyes lingering on your vision, like an after vision of looking at the sun or a light bulb. But yeah, you see the crystal is now in smithereens.
I would like to acquire a large smithereen.
Yeah. Add 1 large smithereen to your inventory.
Listen.
Strange.
Was this draconic when he was talking about his soldiers coming?
No.
Okay. On the off chance that the crystal guy was correct, or telling the truth, we should probably hurry, but I'm gonna look at Siri, I very badly want to talk to that dragon guy. Is that a really dumb idea?
The one you already tried to, who didn't respond to any language. I don't. This is Matt Mercer of the chair.
Oh, okay. Was that just the DM hint? We just leave him to die?
No, but I feel like you want to go back and do the thing that you just did.
No.
Except now with Draconic.
No, we'll just head out.
I mean,
On second thought,
if Obsidian
we
is
should
willing
look-
to go with you and speak Draconic, but it didn't seem like he was so that keen, so...
No, maybe we should just...
No, never spoke of that. Okay. Obsidian doesn't mind trying to reach that creature if you want to.
Well, maybe we don't have time. Hopefully, I don't think Contessa is here. And hopefully that's not her.
One thing I'd ask, I feel like it was fairly clear from the conversation, but just in case, Obsidian would get the idea that the creature did claim, at least, like, fairly honestly, to be Sendax. Like, it wasn't any sort of, haha, you have guessed wrong, fool.
No, you feel like it confirmed.
Because if you think I was sure, no. Felt like a best guess. Okay,
I
yeah.
think we should go. Before... I'm not sure if it was a bluff. But just in case, there's nothing else here.
Yeah,
And we need to find someone to identify that book.
Okay.
We're gonna check in on the monsters on the way out, or no?
I lead them to their fate.
Fair enough.
So you're just wanting to make your way
Yeah.
up and out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but on the way out, I like to bar whatever entrance to this mausoleum we found. So like no one kind of comes here going like, "Ooh, what's this hole?" And then
There was the hidden.
Weird.
You got down here from the hidden doorway in the back
Exactly. Okay.
of the graveyard, so you can just close that door again behind you in the crypt.
Fair enough.
So yeah, you exit.
Oh right,
taking you-
those were the drags, all the chests. I don't. Did we decide what we do with the drag empire that we have found?
Dragon. What? Sorry.
Wasn't there like a room with a bunch of chests filled with the?
There was a room
Filled with
filled with
hot
chests
shots.
of hot shot. Yes,
I took
Yeah.
a good amount of it.
you did.
A good
Mhm.
amount of it.
Okay,
Also,
but we
I think
didn't come to it.
Atticus did too.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Just a little bit, though. Not as naughty a boy. Do we think we do not come back here to this place? Does feel like it might be the end for it.
You know what they say, never return to the scene of the crime.
Yeah.
I mean, that doesn't feel like the dragon has a use for it. Do you think that many knew about it aside from Ardeth himself?
Probably just whoever was working for him.
Well, there's nothing we can really do to stop anyone else that does know that might be working for Ardith from uncovering this and finding out what's happened. So, I mean, even if we were to hide Ardith's body, they would come back here and realize that, you know, Ardith's not here and that other people have died or whatever. So, I think we call it what it is.
Now that you mention it, do we reckon... I mean, Syndax didn't seem keen on it. But do we reckon there might be someone interested in bringing Ardith back from beyond the grave?
I mean, Sendak certainly didn't seem like they were interested, since Ardith is a worm after all. But,
We
I
need to
mean,
return to the Dragon Hall.
perhaps. We
Gio,
do?
as we're leaving,
What
can I
for?
just scan to see if there's anyone here
Make a perception
watching
check.
us?
It's a fairly quiet part of the graveyard. You were tucked away. You had a good couple of, and it was on a bit of a rise. You had a good couple of 100 feet view of anyone nearby on your way out. But
I put on my dark clothing.
oh, I see. I just missed it saying we talk and leave. Yeah, well, make me a perception check. Over. Yeah, you are confident that you are not being observed, except by that owl.
Alright, then continue trying and getting the hell out of here and off the objective.
Okay. So, Siri mentioned some of Dragon Hall.
I think we should go. I know that Roman Sendax was burned by Ardeth, but surely the High Atla must know something of this worm. There was a prayer to him in the bones we discovered. It didn't come out of nowhere. Someone must know. I mean, I doubt they keep all these tomes and then never read them. That would be ridiculous.
I mean, you know, they're religious fanatics or scholars or whatever, so I could have imagined crazier things. What time is it? Am I right in thinking that this is like the morning?
Did you come
It
here
should
first thing in the
be.
morning?
Yeah, we did.
Did you? Oh, well, in that case, it's a little more like this.
Why don't we go rest?
Well, there's a whole
Um,
day ahead of us, so let's go do some adventuring. Yeah, I guess let's just spend the day doing light activities. If you want to read something from the Dragon Hall, that's fine. I could probably use going to a couple of shops or something, but we need to be taking it easy.
I'd love to stop back by the guild.
And if there are any leads on how we can track down Contessa, then it'd be great to, you know, maybe try and follow some of those up.
I mean, do you not know where she lives? Can we not go to her house?
I don't know where she lives. We always met, you know, out.
But she's the daughter of some important fellow. I'm
Yeah,
sure
her,
we could
her
find.
dad is like well-to-do, right, and a big deal. We can probably find out where he lives.
That's why I suggested we go to the guild. They're our only connection left, really. Maybe someone there would know, have a map of the stars kind of thing.
Okay, where first?
Well, I mean, if you wanted to stop by places on the way, but my end goal is the guild.
Well, we're currently in the Temple District, so it's not far to the Dragon Hall.
That is true. To the Dragon Hall.
You travel to the Dragon Hall then. Well, the Temple of Ogma, first and foremost.
Wait. Were we in the graveyard? The Temple District is in the opposite side of the city.
It is, you were in the graveyard district.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were in a mausoleum in the Temple District.
Whereabouts is the Adventurers Guild? Which area?
Closer.
Press J, the Adventurers Guild on the map tab, is in the City Gates district. It is the exclamation mark on your map.
Why is it like... Oh, I forgot about the interactive map. Hello. I was looking at the regular boring map.
Well, we're here now, so we might as well,
Sure.
right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you arrive.
Lord Keeper?
A good day to you.
Good day. May we speak with the Athkatla?
I think you've certainly earned that much. I will fetch him, or shall I bring you to him?
Perhaps privacy would be best.
Yeah, let me just... I do not like the state of these modules at the moment. Hold on, sorry. Let me just line you up and... There we go. You are brought to the High Atla. Just sat there, writing away, pile of books on his desk. Ah,
Athkatla, hello.
good morning. Although, a couple of you look as though you have not slept.
Just one of those mornings.
We seek information about a particular great worm called Sendax.
Sendax.
I'm aware
Yes.
one of the tomes might have burned, but perhaps there is a copy somewhere? Or...
A copy I do not know about. We would need to check, but I recall some things. It's an unusual dragon made of gemstone. A great amethyst worm. He has had a small religious following at certain points over the centuries. But he seems to either travel far beyond Faerun or enter great periods of reverie. There's normally a flurry of activity every few decades and then silence for almost a generation sometimes. Does not have quite the ongoing appearance that typical worms do. Have any of you encountered or even heard of a gem dragon before?
Yeah.
Amethyst, that's very interesting. For some reason, I had it in my head. I think I was confusing Sendax with a different dragon. I had it in my head that they were a white dragon, which is clearly not the case.
You were here asking about Mithras previously.
Indeed.
Have you conflated the two?
I have. Multiple.
I myself have only heard that the gem dragons exist before. Nothing more.
Their powers
there
are
be
less elemental and more of the mind.
Would there be any more general readings available, just on the nature of the amethyst dragons? Or gem dragons altogether, if not amethyst specifically?
I can certainly search for you. They are obscure and rare compared beyond all other dragons, unless you begin to head out into the cosmos and the astral sea. But where is it that you are staying in the city? I'll have a runner. I'll have some apprentice lawkeeper bring you a copy of whatever I find.
Most recently, we've been staying at the Adventurers Guild, although I really do think we should consider maybe getting some other lodgings, but that's a chat for later.
I'd be
Adventurers
interested
Guild.
in reading any materials related to Sandax, particularly historical enemies or organizations that perhaps found themselves at odds with his religious following and cult.
Well, I'm trying to think if would the Knights of Bahamut have come into conflict? I think. No. I think not. But still, Are you familiar with the Knights of Bahamut?
Am I?
Only what with Fred, they seem to oppose power-hungry worms.
In kind, I suppose, yes. I think I have a copy, and he sort of looks around and pulls out a very thin tomes, and I believe the Knights of Bahamut came into conflict with Sendax on a couple of occasions, but they came into conflict with many dragons before they were destroyed. And he'll just hand a copy of the book over to you, Ciri.
No such knights exist nowadays, is that right?
Oh, no. Killed to a man and woman.
By whom?
Read the book. I'm spoiling it. But it was a dragon. I will move the Knights of Bahamut into the lore book category. Which, oh, nice. It now auto reveals if I move it into the book category. But yeah, Sendax was one of the few facts I recall about their behavior specifically was that they were quite unusual for just outright attacking other formidable dragons on more than one occasion. Normally, rivalry between dragons becomes some long, prolonged political business of minions, like a multi-generational game of chess. Sendax, on several occasions, is known to have taken a much more hands-on approach with his draconic disputes.
Do you know who he'd be in a dispute with? Most recently.
Any he took issue with. There was a... I forget her name. There was a cultivator.
Rebellion.
Killed... Yes! Yes, he killed Corvelium, I know this much.
In the pursuit of what? More riches? Power?
A
Clout?
creature that lives for thousands of years unchecked and is smarter than anybody in this room. Probably has motivations that would be nonsensical to us. And drawn out over many years. Why this sudden interest in one specific worm?
We found a prayer asking to protect from the eye of Sandax.
Oh.
And she's gonna look at the rest for like kind of like permission or like kind of like a no, or like a sort of if anyone has an opinion about the revealing of more info.
Opinion about what?
No one's. Well, is anyone kind of going like, or?
Oh no,
Doesn't really
on the
like
contrary.
sharing more than she has to, but she's not going to stop you from it.
Obsidian would be, on the contrary, more like slightly disappointed in that you seem to try and throw a half lie at him.
It's not a lie. It's a truth. It's not a lie. Seeing that kind of look of
half
like
truth, then sure.
Yeah, seeing that sort of slightly raised, scaly eyebrow from Obsidian, she goes, and we recently talked to him via an amethyst.
What?
Some of his minions have been wreaking havoc in the city, dealing with psychoactive drugs, something that transforms flesh into some sort of monstrosity.
This doesn't sound like, as I've just said myself, the virtues would elude us. What did the constabulary make of all this?
Well, we wouldn't know of that. We don't have a connection with the constabulary.
You accost any guard in the street.
That's
I'm
afraid that's not
investigate.
really-
We don't know, how they're dealing with that information.
We kind of were thrown into this situation. We're searching for a friend, a woman by the name of Quintessa. She's the daughter of someone of import, a member of the 5th or 6th council.
Nobody on the 6 has a child of that name. Are you sure he's a council member and not just some other dignitary? It's another dignitary.
Perhaps she looks at a friend.
Frantically checking my notes. I swear, like, his exact title was mentioned at some point, but I don't know if I wrote it down.
Then she dies.
No, I think he's a dignitary, like just a high up one. but I don't think he's actually one of the 6.
Involved with trade licenses, right?
Yeah.
Oh, he looks he's politely humouring you. This doesn't seem to be something he knows much about, but he doesn't want to appear rude.
Yeah.
So you will take your encounter and put it behind you and return to your business of helping out with the Adventurers Guild.
Well, what else? You said dragons sometimes have operations and...
Indeed. Indeed, and if you have no leads, no clues to follow, it seems that all we can do is be prepared for whatever alteration to this plan you mentioned Sendax makes, if indeed he does enact it within our lifetimes. Sometimes, with creatures of this longevity, the best action is simply to outlive your opponents and try again when their children's children have forgotten your name. Or perhaps not.
I was hoping there might be a successor to the Knights of Bahamut Stas. Could maybe use the information we found, but it seems that's not the case.
That order no longer exists.
I will read all about this. Thank you for your time.
No, as soon as I have amassed any tomes we have, any references to Sendax, well, is this information you're still interested in me collating for you if it's not something you're going to pursue?
Yes.
Yes?
In fact, I believe Sendax might have been behind what happened at your Dragon Hall.
Truly? That's alarming.
Yes. Something fell. I think so.
Based on, I assume you're going to posit the fact that his name would have been in the section of destroyed books.
That and one of his minions were responsible for carrying the attack.
Oh, well, that seems like a much more direct. Yes. Why would he want his name stricken from our records?
This is why I was hoping there was a copy.
Dragons are
Somewhere.
vainglorious. Twice in my time as High Athkatla, dragons have actually come here, in mortal guise of course, to ask for amendments and additions to their tomes, feeling that they don't quite reflect their accomplishments. It's fascinating and quite awe-inspiring at the time, but as time passes afterwards, you wonder, how shallow?
Well, I guess Sandax prefers simply to burn any trace of his legacy to the ground. That of his and some others. Perhaps we could use some of those other dragons whose legacy has been erased. Maybe they have a bit of a grudge against Sandax now.
I'll have to collate that list for you as a DM.
Is there another library, perhaps, somewhere?
All manner of small and unimportant, unspecialized libraries, but the Dragon Hall,
Special.
outside of Candlekeep, this is the most comprehensive.
And yet you refuse to make backups. Is incomprehensible. Sorry.
I have books to transcribe, and I will send the collated documentation that you've requested as soon as I find it.
We are grateful.
Indeed, as am I for the service you rent of a Dragon Hall. Have a spectacular
Okay.
day.
Thank you.
Where do we look to go next?
So the walks through the scribes, thinking, hoping that now everyone does a backup copy. I could book.
If anyone is wanting to go somewhere else, like Ash will follow along, but she's wanting to go back to the guild.
Is the spell scroll you said you gave me?
I don't know what it is.
You haven't observed it yet. And remember, you also have a wand. He had a wand in his sleeve that Asher found and mentioned. Didn't say if she took, actually, but then Atticus also mentioned going over and pillaging them. So I don't know who actually, if anyone, ended up taking the wand of Contessa Summoning.
I'm sure they did.
The wand of what?
Contessa Summoning.
God damn it. No! Asher usually tries not to loot dead bodies. She finds it weird and distasteful.
Okay.
Yeah. She wouldn't have it. She took the key because,
What about Atticus? Would he have taken it or would he have left it there?
If I saw it, I would take it.
Okay. Excellent. So you also have a thick wand.
Ooh, love a girthy one.
The chode, the coaster.
That's a wand.
Didn't they
okay.
say at the guild that they have someone who can identify shite?
Probably.
I think it's part of their services.
Yes, it did mention that.
They have.
To the guild!
Sure, let's do that first.
Maybe there's a
Necklaces
a brew there that can give you some HP.
A brew of HP. Oh, well, given the time, let's take our 10 minutes. And then we will reconvene back at the guild. So it is on the hour. We're back in 10 minutes. We find ourselves in the Adventurers Guild.
It's doing the weird not focusing. Okay, there we go.
Are you quite ready?
Yes.
Yes, you find yourselves back in the Adventurers Guild.
I need a whiskey. A round for everyone.
What will it be?
I think a round for everyone.
Yes, a round of what? Sorry.
Firebrand ale, whiskey, and whiskey.
No whiskey at the moment. Hopefully getting more
How come?
tomorrow. Because the captain is in, so all the whiskey is gone.
The captain? What
She
captain?
just sort of leans and points over to the seated area underneath the veranda where you came in, where there is a very gaudily dressed goblin in full captain attire sat at the table. Captain Plunder is gracing us with his presence today. Why did that tickle Monkey so much?
It's just so ridiculous. It also reminds me of a wacky goblin character that was on my list of characters I might play next. Love it.
And what's his story? He definitely has a particular look he's
And
going for.
she definitely lowers her voice, but give him a microphone, I'll do stage whisper. So he is the self-styled quartermaster of the guild, but he's little more than a fence. I don't know the last time he actually did any monster hunting, but he pays his dues and his equipment has been... Many people buy his wares, and so he seems to be allowed to stay, but he drinks an awful lot and is, frankly, unpleasant. Sort of looks at...
So what will you do
Asha,
now
like,
that you've run out of...
he's a bit of a leerer.
Ugh.
Oh,
About time for you to take a day off, yeah?
He's a Libra? What are you talking about? Nothing wrong with having a look, am I right, ladies?
why are you destroying my fantasy sibling relationship?
Good times.
Okay, no whiskey, fine. How about something else? Some sort of grain, liquid, strong, perhaps with
Yes,
some antibacterial powers.
I can... We have vodka.
Sounds great. Can you make it spicy, please?
Yes, we also have this awful, awful lemon-based thing in from Chult.
Is it spicy?
And she will pour a shot of this. It's called lemon hello. She will pour 4 lemon hellos in addition to the ordered drinks.
I gotta tell you, you didn't quite sell it to me, but I'm just gonna drink it.
I'll knock it back and be like, it's nice. It's sweet. It's sweet, but nice.
By the way, there's a identification service, right? Who do I speak to about that?
Oh, no, really?
Magira or whatever her name was.
With a look of despair, she
Oh, no.
points to the captain.
Okay, good to know.
I'll just kind of tap you on the back and be like, all right, I guess you're up.
Is there anything we can get this guy to ingratiate ourselves? I know you're out of whiskey, but does he drink anything else?
Oh, he drinks the bar dry, but he deals solely in gold.
Can you get us an extra vodka while you're there, please?
Yeah, she pours another vodka.
I will grab it and make my way over to the captain. Greetings. I hear you are the captain.
Let's again remind ourselves of that heart. Yeah, he looks up from beneath his massive feathered tricorn, and yes.
My companions and I might have a little bit of business to do with you, but first I wanted to introduce myself. And at that point, he will slide a vodka across the table to him and say, "My name is Atticus Gladstone, and these are my compatriots.
He
Pleasure to make
takes
your
it in
acquaintance."
and leaves it on the puts it nearby, but leaves it on the table for now. As a...
They were out of whiskey, I'm afraid.
I am very aware. They call me Captain Plunder, but you can just call
Captain
me
Plunder.
the Captain.
Righty-ho, Captain.
You're seeking to utilize my services.
Absolutely. I mean, I've got a thing or two that perhaps you could identify for us? And we'd also be interested in potentially perusing your wares if you are agreeable.
My wares. I don't have my caravan set up today. My wares are. We've just met. An introduction has just been made. I don't know your story. You don't really know mine. So we'll keep the wares for another day. Yes. But
Sounds fine.
But identification is a service that I can perform.
Well, let me start with this one. I have a spell scroll that I've come into that I know not what it does.
My services do come with a cost. There is naturally the economy, the cost of running a license from the cows in this city, the components to perform such spells. So I'll give you advance notice, but my identification services cost 100 gold per item.
Per item?
Per item. I'd do 5 items for 450. These are harsh economic times. I'm sure you've heard about it.
And yet the components are reusable, correct?
I wouldn't get into all of the intricacies and technicalities of it. My rates have served me very well for many years in the Athkatlan Guild, the Waterdavian Guild, and the Neverwinter Guild, as well as obviously establishments around the city. I'm unfortunately bound to the prices that incur of operating within the Cowled Wizard's jurisdiction. I'm sure you understand. But if you don't, I'm sure there are other places that you can shop around. Maybe I'll still be here, maybe I won't. That's the adventurer's lifestyle, is it not? To always travel well equipped and with a strong comprehension of the equipment that you're carrying.
Indeed. And interestingly, I was thinking about picking myself up a license for magic use. How much might that set me back, if you don't mind me asking?
Typically around 8,000 gold per individual, of course.
In perpetuity?
In perpetuity, yes, in perpetuity.
Interesting, very well. Well, it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Captain. I'll be back should we want to take you up on your services.
Very well. Cheers!
I will also knock back my vodka. And then I will go back to others and be like, his prices are outrageous. He's charging 100 gold per item identified. Per item.
I mean, supply and demand. I don't see anyone else offering identified. He clearly can charge that.
I mean, if we spend like an hour looking at things, we could probably work out what it did, right? Isn't that how magic works?
I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works. You could try and shop
I'm
around
worried
the
about-
city, see if someone's got a cheaper price.
I'm really worried about these necklaces. Amethyst seems to be something related to Sandax. I'm worried that by carrying them, he can locate us. I'm worried
Sure.
that he
He
could
could
use them to
probably also
influence
carry
us.
If he was just talking through a giant, like, I don't know anything about dragons. When Obsidian first talked about a talking crystal, I thought it was going to be some fey creature. But I don't know if he can, like, you know, you hear about all those like myths of mirror walking and stuff. You know, like maybe he can just connect through crystals. If nothing
don't
else,
think we
I
should
wouldn't
keep
say anything
these.
important around them.
Mm. You mean like a whole conversation we had at the Dragon Hall?
Right.
Right.
Right. like exactly like that.
Yeah. Sid is going to take the necklaces, put them in a ask mirror for mirror. DM, these people should have their names in the thing for those of us with memory. Ask you for a tablecloth or a napkin,
Yeah, she will provide.
and then just put just take it to our rooms and just leave them there for a moment whilst we continue having conversations.
Okay, I'm gonna go do some blacksmithing.
Yeah,
Anything you guys need in the short term? No. Okay.
No.
I'll catch you later. I need to make sure my equipment's up to snuff.
I will give you as well while you're in here the general tone and discussion in the guild hall focuses on little else other than that several bands have set off northeast in search of a white dragon, following a hot tip that once you listen to enough conversation you realise is just what the information you brought back that has been sort of twisted and passed along. And there is much talk about the League of Legends, which has its preliminaries tomorrow and registration closes today.
Overhearing that, I'll look over at Syrian Obsidian and be like, "Do we want to register for that? It's a lot of money."
Yeah, any gold is good gold.
Yeah, and at least this one, it's just competition. It's not actually, off getting killed.
Sounds good.
Hey. How do we register for this thing again? Mira, fam, whatever.
Oh, you can just go to the... You can just pop over to the arena and register in the office there.
Oh, okay.
It's the Ring of Valor, it's near the docks.
Thank you.
In the Wave District.
How are things going here?
Fine. Normal day. Clem's been sending a lot of very loud message spells and coming in loudly talking about them.
Tell you,
Like,
you've got time on.
I don't have any
Take it.
magic powers myself, but I've known enough members of the guild to know that you normally do your part silently. Clem does not.
Yeah. That sounds like Clem. You wouldn't happen to know how to look up local magistrates or whatever? Did I tell you about Contessa? I can't remember.
You told me you were meeting her for lunch a couple of times. I haven't had the pleasure yet myself.
I'll lean in conspiratorially. So she was kind of dating this guy that was mixed up in a criminal element. And that criminal element seems to be in some sort of trouble. And now I'm worried about her and I can't find her. No idea how to find her, but I know her dad's some big mucky muck.
Have you gone to the guards? That'd be the
No.
best place to start.
Oh, yeah. That's the second time someone's suggested that today. Maybe I should go
But you also said,
talk to the police.
I mean, you also had them following you as well, didn't you?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm not sure how well that would avail you.
I really don't know. But at this point, and she'll just kind of not even finish the sentence, just go,
Please continue.
no, I don't have words to finish that thought. Alright. Thank you. And good luck with the captain.
She goes back to her cleaning. What does Atticus wish to address in the city?
Before going off out into the city itself, I would like to use my smithing tools to ensure all of my equipment is in as top shape as possible, particularly my old chainmail, which I'm planning to sell. So a case of, making sure that minimizing any damage. I mean, don't know how badly or good it would kind of condition it would be anyway, but since I'm proficient with the tools, I'll try and make sure they're in good stead. And then I want to sell a couple of mundane equipment and then a couple of jewels probably.
Okay, yeah. You find that La Panze Lazulise is closed. You're unable to enter there today unless you're going criminal. But yeah, the sign is set to shut, and as you know from your experience being in there, it's magically sealed when the sign is turned. But yeah, you're able to go about your business doing the other things. You're offered 60 gold for your chainmail for the condition it's in.
Sure, that's fine. I will sell it.
Yeah, if you want to sell it and add the money. I will be setting up in Foundry the shared player inventory of that party actor, so I can start just dropping gold into the shared pot automatically, and you can all pick and pluck from it as you wish.
Sounds great.
But yeah.
Do I want to sell anything else? Yeah, I would probably look to sell the ornate heavy crossbow that was from the courier.
Okay. Drop the items in your channel if we're just doing item money maths, and we'll come up with a price after session.
Okay.
Yeah, drop a shopping list of mundane sellings. Anything you're looking to buy, or anything anyone's looking to buy this afternoon in the city, or is it just downtime and try and recuperate? I'm getting the shit kicked out of you.
I'd like
Except
to
Siri.
wander over to the whatever, but I don't know if we should wait for Atticus to come back or if we should just go
What's the
over.
what? Oh, the arena.
Yeah, other than those items I'm selling, I would probably head back. That's pretty much all I was interested in looking at. And I will, during this time, put on one of Ardith's rings.
Okay, which one?
The amethyst ring.
Okay. You are wearing it. You feel
Sid
no
is not
weight.
coming to the arena.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What is she gonna do?
She's gonna ask if there's a place with some privacy.
Presumably your room, if everybody else is not in it. It's more of a bunkhouse,
Okay.
isn't it? Yeah, we can say that no one's in the bunkhouse, or you can go for a walk and try and find a quiet park or something, depending on how much privacy we're talking about.
A lot.
I mean, is this tattooing?
Nope.
Oh, okay. When you describe that the bunkhouse isn't enough, she would mention that there's a cellar you can go down to if you want. You shouldn't have to change any barrels for a good few hours.
I just need 8 hours uninterrupted, maybe 6 if I can have it. But the work is delicate, and it would be important to not be disturbed.
I don't know if I could make a habit of arranging this, but it happens that I won't need to go into the basement for the rest of the day. I can make sure that nobody else does. There's a couple of
appreciate
stools
it.
and a pallet down there. I'm not sure what it is you're looking to do, but
That will be fine.
okay. Is there something wrong with the bunkhouse that I can address for you?
If I could close the door and make sure that no one comes in unannounced.
Of course. Not really possible, given the nature of it being a shared bunkhouse.
We should really get our own lodgings, so I wouldn't have to bother you like this.
But yes, I can
Just this
arrange for
once.
Stella. Just this once, yes. Okay,
Appreciate it.
so while everybody else, I presume Atticus comes back and everybody except Siri is heading over to register. What is, as they're making their way across the city, Siri, what is it you're looking to... I take it, I mean, they're not going to be gone 8 hours, so I take it you're saying to them, hey, don't come looking for me when you're back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you tell them what you're going
well,
to
she
do?
bought
'Cause I don't know what
some-
you're going to do.
Yeah, well, she bought some black powder and casings on her last visit to the to blacksmith, and she has, I believe, a mechanical detonator. So
God, just going
Siri
full Sinn Féin.
wanders wanders down the basement and kind of sets the pallet and the stool. Curatoro is there, providing a little bit of luminescence in his aura, in their aura. But they're mostly there for moral support, as Sire begins to take out very carefully the black powder and some of her tinkering instruments, which are tweezers, some scales, some disposable kind of like paper casings, and begins to craft an artifact.
So I think we established early on a few different things, didn't we? Did you say this was mechanical, this one?
Well, I found it, so I don't know what it would have been, because it doesn't say on the inventory.
It was mechanical. But obviously you'll have on your character document what that means.
Yeah.
You will work on that for the next 8 hours. That will be well into evening. You'll probably finish after the others have headed off to bed. But yeah, at the end of that time, we will visit what you've crafted. As for everybody else, you are making your way across the city, and you can see that there are stalls being set up and like kiosks, hawkers, all around the ring of trials, which is like a smaller version, smaller, rounder Walkeen's Promenade. It looks a lot like the Colosseum. And yeah, there is a large sort of office in the entrance. It almost looks like a huge, long cloakroom. There are a few desks at the front. And yeah, you find an attendant who looks up at you all and say, "Good afternoon. Are you buying seats or registering?"
Hopefully registering. Yeah? And she'll look at Obsidian and Atticus. We have one other that's going to be with us, but she's running some errands right now.
Is she undead or infernal? Is this plane plane of origination?
I'll look at Atticus.
Probably, yeah.
Takes a post-it note off its chair. It's a big wide turtle with glasses who looks in a post-it note and say, 4 members. What is your group name?
Believe we settled on the Amnian Nights, right?
And you are available for the next 3 days, yes? In case your group progress through to further events.
Yeah.
If you're not, then there isn't really a point you being here.
Yeah, short of a big dragon appearing in the sky looking for us, I think we are going to be okay.
The head sort of, the face looks skeptical, but was almost an involuntary for a moment.
But I think we should be good.
The Amnian Nights. The seed has not yet been drawn, but looking at the table, I think your first match will either be against Iron Bulwark or the Bookbusters.
Okay. What do we need to do? How does this all work?
Be here prepared for combat at 9 a.m. in the morning. There will be 3 events each day. If your team are unsuccessful in any of the rounds, you are expelled from the competition. If you make it through 3 rounds, there are rewards to be gained, regardless of where after that you are
All right.
expelled.
So sounds good. So 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Yes, there will be no... The following are not permitted. And sort of pulls out a scroll, and it's lengthy things like, don't alter reality inside the arena. Don't destroy the city. Don't summon... And like a wordy description of things that are like, don't summon like CR10 shit that will wreak havoc through the city. And following the unfortunate incident of 9 years ago, regrettably, time manipulation of the highest circle is strictly forbidden within the competition.
What happened 9 years ago?
Mordenkainen.
All right. Is that it?
Yes, I have your entrance chit here. Hands you a silver coin with a shield on it. So, be here 9 a.m. Your first round will commence at 9:10.
Okay.
Good day.
Thank you.
Next.
I'll turn to the others. I guess we didn't all need to be here for that.
Hey, it's interesting information to know. I do hope that there aren't any wizards of that caliber in our bouts. Because Mordenkainen is like, a famous archmage.
I mean, hopefully we get far enough that we make a small amount,
Yeah, but not far enough that we face someone who causes rules to be created.
Yeah. I don't think we'll probably get that far.
And hey, if we do well here, then we can move on to the Drow Underdark League of Legends. So,
Is that a thing?
yeah, remember there was the Loxodon. No, you weren't there, of course. When we were up north,
Oh.
I met a Loxodon in a sauna, and he was going to go into the Underdark to take part in this tournament of champions that apparently was going to last like 6 months or something.
Oh. How much does that pay out?
Like a shed load, but like tens of thousands. But yeah, it's like 6 months long, and people die. So
No,
you know,
less enticing then.
yeah, a little bit.
Listen, and I assume that we're walking and talking back towards the Adventurers Guild.
I would hope so.
Yep.
All the people in the queue will be really pissed off.
I'm gonna actually, can I really quick just kind of look around to see if we're still being followed by those guards? Or do they just show up sometimes?
I mean, you're not being tailed at all times. There's
Okay.
checkpoints throughout the city.
Okay.
I have noted your passive perception.
Okay. I'm gonna look at these two and just listen, guys. I've got kind of a wild idea.
I'm
What?
listening, Asher.
What say? Oh, it's not a fun one. Sorry.
Oh,
What say we try? Just consider finding a policeman and just running some ideas past them. This sounds like a terrible idea.
what kind of ideas did you have in mind?
We're just like, hey, what would you and or the constabulary do in the event that there was some mass conspiracy to allow a dragon made of purple crystal to try and potentially overthrow the city? Or what would you do if maybe there was a possible girl missing and we didn't really know like who she was, how to find her, or you know where she might be, but if we could just get her address, things like of that nature.
I feel like it's one of those things where once you say it out loud,
Yeah, I'm hearing it as I'm saying it,
I love that the polite say, "Do you sound as stupid to you as you sound to me?"
Like it is one of those where it's just one. We were told twice today, or at least I was told twice today, to take things to the authorities. And it was like, maybe this is something I hadn't considered,
well,
but
ordinarily, when people are murdered, I think that is a good go-to. However, as escapees from prison and
right.
having attracted attention by using unlicensed magic and then having murdered people within the city walls,
Yeah.
I'm not feeling so confident.
It definitely was one of those where, as I continued talking,
Didn't we also hear that the gods are not to be trusted at all?
that was more our, what we were kind of thinking, because there were those guards at that one warehouse that blew up.
Yes, but also I feel like someone told us that the city guard in this here place are corrupted, possibly controlled. Just
That.
and well, they also were completely uninterested helping the temple with their problem, and people died there. So I'm not sure how interested they are with just someone missing for a day or two.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Well, shit. I have no idea how to find Contessa then.
Well, if she was of the higher spheres, would making a round over there, like the establishments you have visited, was she acquainted with the owners? I seem to recall that she seemed quite friendly towards the sushi bar people.
You guys want to get some sushi?
more thinking about where we could get information, where to look for her, or I don't know if you want to look for the father. Try to take it up with him.
I wouldn't even know how to find him. I don't know his name or anything. But we could try the sushi place.
I would like to, above the table, suggest, but when we've said we're going to quickly take care of one thing, and then as a result, some of the party has said, I'm now committing to 8 hours of being away from the party because you're wrapping something up, then going off on an adventure that leaves Gina sat here at the table seems like a lane change that I don't want to do.
Okay.
Enjoy the next 40 minutes in silence, Gina.
I can. It's like watching. It's like watching a
I'm
show.
not cool with it. We can absolutely do that together later.
I'm not even sure that she knew the owners that well, but either way, we can get back to the guild for now. And I mean, if she's trapped somewhere, I don't know where that is, and neither will the sushi place. So I guess we do this tournament, and hopefully we go get some sushi to celebrate after, and she's there and well.
So you seek to return to the guild and what, just chill the rest of the day?
Yes.
That's certainly Obsidian's plan. He was probably reluctant to even go to the arena.
The captain has a few more bottles and pitchers all empty on his table now as he's counting coin, and occasionally people go over and sit and speak in hushed tones for a few minutes, and you see items, pass hands and coin. But yeah, you chill for the afternoon. Anything but any of the three of you want to do at the Adventurers Guild before you wrap up for the day?
I will excuse myself privately for a few minutes, but other than that, no.
Yep.
When everyone's excused themselves, Atticus will have a word with Obsidian. Obsidian, old buddy, old chum. I wanted to talk to you about, you-know-who.
Voldemort.
I am listening.
I don't think we can let the situation lie as it is. I was thinking about alternative means. Perhaps it would be wise to stake out the place, see how often he comes or goes, if at all, learn more about those kinds of patterns, and then should the opportunity present itself, deal with that situation in a more final manner.
I see.
Like with large amounts of fire. I was thinking fire.
To burn the whole place down?
Yeah, pretty much. I was just trying to think of what would be a good way of getting that job done and not failing at it. If the goal is to remove him from this mortal coil, then that is a way that we can do it predominantly indirectly, and we can be, finish the job as necessary. If he were to escape somehow, then we would be in an advantageous position. And yeah, hopefully it wouldn't go as terribly as it did the previous time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's might be a tall order for the two of us. Would be useful if we managed to free the fat tiefling beforehand, but staking out might be a difficult ask as well, considering the familiarity that we now have with your mark. I have already established that my physique's rather unique in these parts. Stand out a little bit. And you, I'm pretty sure he remembers quite well.
Well, I was hoping to avoid being seen at all, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. I mean, I'm open to other ideas if you have any.
What timeline did you have in mind? We have just committed to our next 3 days being on a fairly regular schedule, and I'm not sure how fresh we shall feel after a day of fighting on the arena.
I mean, my understanding is he's had that captive down there for a long time.
I see. So a long-term project then.
I would say that I'm more determined to complete it at some point rather than rush into something, especially given how that went last time.
I mean, could
When I'm given a task to do, I find a way to complete it, you know?
if we just managed to get the drop on him, I imagine that would make things immensely easier.
Do you think? I mean, you mean in terms of potentially trying to do something like arson, or just if we had the element of surprise?
Pop into the shops.
Yeah, well,
because his abilities are considerable.
well, let's hope that it doesn't come to a second round this time. We did quite fine on the first one, I feel.
When it was 4v him and his minions.
Yes. The endless barrage of summons.
Indeed.
I will certainly keep in mind that this is still lingering.
Just think about it. Think about it. We'll
Yes.
ruminate on it and, you know, see what we come up with.
If it is necessary. And what do you think about the others in all this? Our companions. You wish them to never learn?
I mean, that would be preferable, but there's no way that they would want to get involved.
It does seem an unlikely outcome.
Where there's a will, there's a way, Obsidian.
May well be. I feel like word about his demise will reach Sir's ears sooner or later, considering that there are ties.
Maybe it will, but, you know, I can't protect her from that. But it's not like she's going to come along and help, you know? So what's the use in her knowing?
Right.
Just think about it.
All right. And now I think I'll rest.
Very well.
So, there was enough time that Sire, by the time that you were done, you are still able to gain a long rest. Remind me, did we have that there was a roll involved to succeed with your thing? Was there? What was it we wrote down? You are muted.
A dex roll.
Okay, was it advantage? I can't
Now-
remember.
No, it just says dex roll, but I would say it should probably include proficiency, since I'm proficient with the tools.
It absolutely should.
But yeah, in the little blurb we wrote, it was just a secret roll that you know the result of, but I don't.
Yeah. No, we've put there requires a. Oh, so that's to actually. Yeah, I've already put unless you added that in now, it already has plus proficiency.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Okay.
No, I haven't added it. Okay.
Make a blind DM roll. DC.
Blind GM roll.
DC 14 Dex plus your prof.
2. Oh wait. Oh, okay. There's a question mark. Never mind.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I
Other things.
have noted this.
Grand. I guess does she have? Can I make an insight check? Because I feel like she'd know if it's gone really bad.
So I've already put things in place for that. So
Okay.
Well, you'll know.
yeah, I mean, if you had rolled a nat 1 on that, everyone in this building would know.
Okay.
That's 100% something I've accounted for. For me, there's varying degree. If you had failed by X amount, I'd be like, no, you can tell that this isn't wired right. You've lost the night. You went wrong somewhere and didn't notice, sort of thing. So either presumably you succeeded or you failed by very little. We won't know. It looks like a well-wired device.
Cool. Cool.
Okay, so
Cool.
you all sleep for the night. Let me prompt a short rest from you all.
God,
Fucking love it.
it says recovered 2 hit dice, but you should hopefully see that you have 1 hit dice back, and that is correct.
I
Obsidian
only
not
have
resting.
1.
There we go.
Yeah, I think it's a
why
bonus
do-
recovery that I've logged. But yeah, the raw rule is you recover half on a long rest, rounded down, and as level 3, would recover 1 out of 0. So
That's harsh. We're gonna go into 3-day fight. Okay.
with 1 hit dice in our bank. Yep.
So a new day. We have our breakfast. Then do we head over to the ring in the wave
We
district?
must, for we have signed up.
Yeah. As you are arriving, you see it's now packed outside. It's like turning up at a big football stadium. But with more sights, you see a few different oddities. There is a group of turtles all wearing different colour bandanas and sashes around their chest. There's a group of young, awkward-looking students with a young girl with long pink hair down to her heels. There are multiple groups of knights and groups of wizards. You very quickly notice your attention is drawn to one figure though as they're talking. They're seated at first, and as they stand and like roll their shoulder, you notice that they just seem to keep rising and rising. And there is a woman, for lack of a better word, who seems to stand about 25 foot high outside the arena, who just gives a bit of a roll before turning and stooping down very low and heading through the arches into the arena. It is busy and interesting, to say the least, the people you're seeing here. Yeah, that was
So just to be clear,
obviously
she's a
that was a
cloud
giant.
Well, this should
I
be
hope,
nice
I hope
and
she's
short.
not our enemy in the arena. She steps on us, we die.
But yeah, you head in and are able to register and are informed that your first round will be in 10 minutes. You have
Never
10
seen
minutes to prepare.
Other such people in the city, right? Like giants or anything?
No, you haven't. But an event like this, it figures, would attract people.
Hmm.
So yeah, any last minute prep or strategy you want? I mean, you might have your side channel, but anything you want to do before you begin?
Yeah, Kura is around. Kura is within 15 feet of Sire, just sort of buzzing around up and down.
I will. Am I going to regret this? Maybe. I'll precast Armor of Agathis.
Remember what the duration of it is?
Indefinite.
Oh, is it? Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, an hour. My bad.
I mean, you're on in 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
if you're still wanting to, I don't see a problem with that. Okay, then yeah. Your name is called. They ask to see your chit to prove your identity. And you are led out through the doors into a huge open sand arena surrounded by stands that are packed with people. And yeah, the arena is empty. You've already been told, as part of the briefing, that there will be 2 wizards. Unless you're fighting another party. Some rounds you're fighting another group. Some rounds you have other challenges. For those, a pair of conjuration wizards will come out and are not to be attacked. They are the ones who will bring forth what you're going to face. And in case of grave injury, a healer is... A team of healers are off on the side at all times, but you are to fight as if your life depends on it. But yeah, you head out to the sand. Let me know when it's loaded for everybody. Yeah, the wizards come out, bow to you, face each other, perform a brief ritual, and there is an enormous crack of energy as a creature falls to the floor. And I'd like everybody to roll initiative. I'm going to add you in now.
What are you? Oh, rough. Oh dear. That
A
is gonna make
large,
me ill.
shimmering, warped cat. Huge tentacles coming off the back. crowd starts cheering as it appears. And the fight has begun. Obsidian, you're up. And there's that moment where the wizards do this huge ritual, and then, like ball boys at a tennis game, are just like off towards the edge.
Oh dear, that's gonna make me really ill.
Obsidian, it's you. Are you muted, or are you just musing to yourself quietly? Yes, he's muted.
I was muted, but yeah, that's. Have we been informed at all up to this point if this is just this combat, or is it more than that, or do we just not know?
You've been told this is your first round. Head out for your first round challenge.
Cool, sure.
You know that you will receive a small measure of healing between rounds.
All right. Obsidian so far seems like that doesn't seem too excited about the prospect in general. Right now, he sort of stands, looks around a little bit disoriented as the creature appears. Unsure what to do yet. He will just prepare to strike if it comes close, but otherwise will just be there.
So what was that you were holding, sorry?
An attack.
Okay,
Just
what if it moves
hold-
towards you, if it gets in range?
If it, yeah.
Okay, Atticus, you're up. Atticus Gladstone,
Oh,
you're up.
I'm not used to going so early in the round.
For some reason, Atticus is twice. And he has 5 initiative and 17 initiative.
Why is Atticus
That's
hit
true.
twice? That's weird. Let's go with... Well, in fact...
Oh no, the one that is
Oh
at
no!
18
The 17 is
the
not
other
you!
one. Of course it isn't. I never roll
Okay,
that well.
There we go. Asher, you are up.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just gonna look at everyone and be like, yeah, okay. And I'm gonna try and pull the shadows out from under this thing.
Bit louder.
I'm gonna cast Animate Shadow on this thing.
Animate shadow.
It fails. What does that do?
Nice. Its shadow comes out from beneath it and kind of forms an attacking it. And so it stays attached to the target for the next 1 whole minute. And it shares its space and is constantly assailing the target, granting advantage on all attacks against it. And in addition, the shadow deals 1d6 necrotic damage at the beginning of each of the target's turns.
Okay.
At the end of each turn, the target can attempt a wisdom saving throw to dispel the shadow and end the effect.
Okay. So yeah, you see, as these shadows coalesce around it, it kind of goes a huge way to offsetting the constant shimmering and twisting of this creature's form. It would have been... You feel like you would have really been at a disadvantage trying to hit this creature, but this new shadowy state probably makes it about a normal chance of hitting it. Anything else from you, Asher?
Yeah, I'm gonna move so I'm not in some weird line. I'm gonna go right there.
Okay. You haven't been embroiled in this shadow. The creature just... And then immediately darts. Well, there was no movement on the tokens, but it immediately runs over to this person who's come closer. Straight onto the side, but you've come quite a lot forward. And it is going to lash out at you. It will make 2 strikes with its tentacles.
Did it take its 1d6 necrotic?
It did not. Let's roll that. Ooh, full 6. Do you react to a... Why hasn't it
Then I
given...
can do the reaction.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay, sure. So I'll do the damage. And then it strikes a second time with its tentacles. Oh, I don't know if it will automatically... Have you been prompted to concentrate? Yeah.
Oh!
Your shadows just sputter out a moment later. And yeah, it swings its tentacles again.
Finally do something really cool.
Ooh, misses. What? In fact, what is your AC?
My AC is 14.
Oh, it's the fact it brings up the AC. I thought it was saying that it had missed with a 14. It rolled a 9, and it's telling me you have 14. Okay, understood.
Oh.
That is all that it will do, but it is no long... Its image becomes blurry again as the shadows wear off. I think it's you.
Cool.
Okay.
You just see this huge thing bearing down on Asher. Tentacles... Whoosh, whoosh.
I'm going to cast Hex. And I will... I'm gonna just run in to her aid and attack it.
Disadvantageous, remember, unless you have anything that will grant advantage. It looks clean, like it looks like you have made the most perfect strike, but there's no reaction from the creature, and your great sword just bites sand.
Well, that's that.
Okay, Siri.
Yeah, I run behind my brother. Oh, crap, sorry. Here, and attack with a booming blade. With disadvantage, right?
Yep.
Damn it. Wow, it's not gonna work. Cora just advances 30 feet here. And that's the end of my turn.
Obsidian.
All right. Yes. Obsidian shall charge forward, now focusing and engaging the frozen vortex around him. So that will be a... yeah, sure. We'll do that. And let's try for a reckless attack immediately. With a maul. That will be normal then. Natural one, of course. Why would it work? In which case, the plan goes to shit and we just stay here and do nothing.
Asher.
Yep. I am going to...
Atticus, you're up in a second.
Yep. Okay, so I'm just gonna, Sacred Flame this thing, because my cool thing, whatever, and now I'm panicking.
Come on, would a saving throw spell be disadvantage in melee, or is it just spell attacks?
Is it?
Just the tax, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, there is no disadvantage, it's the save, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's up to it to dex save against it. Why isn't it? Did it prompt it to do that?
Yes, it prompted me to save
Oh.
now. It failed. So, it does take half of that amount because of its nature, but as the flames leap up about it, the creature howls. The shimmering stops. You see it starting to like it's about to... You feel like you've gained a few seconds.
Cool. Unfortunately.
as per its displacement ability.
That is all I can do.
God damn, the initiative. This lasts until the end of its next turn.
I know. I realize that everything I've tried to do cool with this thing, it just,
Yeah.
I need to be not right next to it in initiative.
Asher remains the only person who's hurt. It is going to strike at Asher. Meet it, beat it. And then it's going to bite.
Oh dear.
That is it. And as it reaches the end of its turn, the shimmering comes back up.
God damn it.
Atticus. Oh, you're muted? Or didn't pick up what you said?
No, I've just got nothing to say.
Hits.
I just remembered that my hex won't be automated, so I will add that in.
You hear the announcer somewhere shout about how someone's down and they have 18 seconds to get back up before they are considered unconscious.
I'm gonna take my blade and try and spin it around and Mordhouse strike it.
Yep.
Normal now?
No longer disadvantage. Hits.
Okay.
Anything else from you, Atticus?
I'm just gonna shift around a bit
Mm-hmm.
to protect Asher and to flank it, I suppose. But that's all.
Okay. Siri.
Having heard the announcement, but still focused on hitting this thing since it stopped moving, she's going to Booming Bladed. Cora has moved right next to Asher. Frick's sakes.
Hits.
Okay. Is it a hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
Having high AC on top of all its bullshit would just be the worst.
And
Blood begins to trickle from the creature's flank.
yeah, I'm going to action surge. Sorry. And attack it again. Monkey, can I Booming Blade? Or is that
Yeah,
too?
I think so.
Yeah, I can. Okay.
Action Surge is one of the few times
It's-
you can cast 2 leveled spells on a turn.
Nice.
Jesus. Yeah, the
Nice.
creature screeches.
Okay, and this will be the end of my turn.
Obsidian.
Yeah, Obsidian will just continue the assault now a bit. Yeah.
Hits.
Great. Let's move it away from Asher.
Yeah, it's just
And
as soon as that blinks come off, everyone is just absolutely team fighting this. In the space of a few seconds, it's slashed, bludgeoned, and then Obsidian just comes in and knocks it. It looks like it's reeling.
and Obsidian will just stand directly before Asher, sort of in its face.
Okay. Asher,
That's
we're
me.
not doing death saves here. You're just on the floor, feeling your vision swimming.
I'm just gonna mumble, this was supposed to be fun.
Does she get to do fish for
Sure.
natural 20?
Yeah. Yeah, we're still not in danger of dying, but yeah, let's roll one for the chance of getting that 20. God, if it had been that 20, that would have been the best moment. Yeah, the creature, having just been absolutely wombo comboed is going to see this person who... Why is Obsidian pulsing red?
Because he's
Rage?
raging.
Oh, is that the new dynamic rings? That's a little token effect we've got on. Very
Pizzo.
cool. Yeah, it is going to lash out at this person who is on it. Of course. Always roll high against Obsidian.
Crit fish.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
See.
he's... Let's crit fish. Oh, why has that done that? Okay, so discard previous, you dickhead. Okay, so no, not a crit, but let's roll damage. And then let's do our other one. Boo! And yet, after a few seconds of being unimpeded, the image begins to swim once again.
The
Atticus,
worst place
you're
to
up.
be in initiative. I will, since I'm
Siri, you're
already
next.
kind of in a Maud Howie position, I'll try and do that again. Nope. And then I'll
Nothing but
follow it
sand.
up with a regular greatsword swing.
Hits.
Okay.
Hit.
Oh.
Tell me how you kill it.
I just after missing once, I switch my sword grip up, and I'm gonna come back with a massive overhand that lands right on the dome.
Nice. Yeah, the creature dies, and as its body falls to the collapses to the floor, there's just a burst of soft blue energy, but almost like fireflies, as the summon dissipates, and the crowd goes mild as this first event, this first round comes to a close. And a couple of medics come out running over and pump some healing into Asher. But yeah, you have concluded your first round. Mistakes are made, not having ready.
Yeah, next time.
But yeah, your first round in the League of Legends is concluded. And there's polite applause, a few cheers, and the medic looked across the walls like, you will head out and take a brief refreshment. Our healing sages will reinvigorate you, and then you will, the way that the seed has been drawn, you will be back out here in about 5 minutes.
5 minutes. Very well.
Oh.
So
Oh,
yeah.
that went well.
The sages invigorate you. I will give you a long rest, but just not about the whole new day. There are rare.
It's a long rest?
Yeah, there are rare healing tonics. Very, very expensive, so that you're not just gassed by the end of this multi-round event. And yeah, after a few minutes,
I would like to spend my 5 minutes asking someone how many of those we can expect in a row.
Well, how many rounds?
Yeah.
I thought there were 3 the first day.
Yeah, 3 per day.
Okay.
But you take your healing, you head back out, and we will end with a sight as you head back out and see that there are already 4 people stood in the arena waiting for you as you emerge. One of whom gives you a very excited wave
The
as
book
you see
busters or whatever.
Vorneem
Oh no.
Really?
stood with a group. Another one you recognize. though this time with clothes on, Atticus. The
He's only
large
showing me one trunk.
Loxodon. A couple of other characters with them. A drow wielding a small buckler and some sort of flintlock. And sat there with a very ornate, hunched forward with a very, very ornate looking set of bagpipes is what can be described as a very short, sort of gnome-sized snail person who just gives you a bit of a wave. And yeah, when we pick up next... Hi, friends! Immediately measure and run distance. When we pick up next week, this will be your next round. Yeah, that is where we will call tonight's session. And yeah, thank you very
Clearly
much.
for him first, right? For him first.
Hi, friend!
I mean, if we manage to knock down the 3 others, Vornim just surrenders because she cannot hit us, right?
That's true.
Right, we'll be back next week. So, see you next time.